Hey, friend Sean from Draft Therapy here, and this is One Well Brewing Company.
I got demoted.
Hey, what's up, friend? Sean from Draft Therapy here with John Farner from Dewey Pod Monster, the upcoming podcast featuring John and myself. We are here at One Well Brewing Company in Kalamazoo, Michigan. This is another must stop. Whenever I'm in Kalamazoo, and a couple times I've been here with John, this is always a place that we like to come to. The food is great. They have a full menu of stuff.
Fun place.
Yeah, so. I mean, they have pinball machines, a nice family kind of environment. There's a lot of kids here and just families chilling out. You see people from anywhere from 1 and up.
If you can walk, you can come in.
Yeah, well, even if you can't walk, if you can be carried in here, you can come in. So we're
Usually
checking.
You got to be carried out, but we'll take either way.
We might be carried out here. So we are trying I Am Burr, which is a bourbon barrel aged amber.
I'm convinced it's named after the comedian Bill Burr because there's 2 R's in the name.
It's B-U-R-R.
If it's not, I'm thoroughly disappointed, even though it's pretty good.
We're going to trash the place if it's not. So let's get a nose on it. We both have the same beer, so let's check it out.
Malty, a little bit of caramely.
I'm not really getting much on the nose.
Just
but I'm getting a lot of food aroma here. They have a full menu, so come here.
I already snuck a sip of it.
Yeah, look at that.
I know.
Cheater.
But I didn't get a lot of it when it was full. When it's got a little bit of glass to work with to bounce off of, that's why I started getting a little bit of the... It's your typical amber red ale. It's got that malt and kind of roasty, kind of fall characteristic to it.
You can definitely taste the bourbon in there on the finish, though. It comes through...
I'm not getting it on the body a lot, but on the finish, yes.
Yeah, not on the body. It's not. It doesn't have a thickness to it. It's light, actually. It has a pretty light. It's only 7%, so for I'm sure the base beer is probably 5% or
something like that. I'm sure,
probably lower.
It's really great though. I mean, you don't need every bourbon barrel aged beer to just punch you in the mouth and say, "Hey, you're drinking bourbon." We have bourbon for that. It's pretty good too.
That's why people drink bourbon.
It really just kind of adds an extra layer of complexity on it, and I'm assuming, I don't know what the base beer is, but I'm getting the impression that it just adds an extra layer of complexity onto something that was already good.
Yeah.
And you just kind of took it to another step and said, well, we'll make it a little bit better.
Yeah, it's got a nice malty characteristic, a little bit sweet, and then that bourbon just kind of, the sweetness from the bourbon just kind of enhances that a little bit. So it's got a good flavor overall.
This is a good beer that I would say you could probably pair this with pretty much anything that you could throw on a plate and it would work really well.
Yeah, it's not heavy in any one direction, so it's just a nice overall kind of base beer to start with. And we're going to order some food here and get some food in our bellies, and we'll come back and talk about some more beer. So we'll see you in just a few seconds. All right, so we're back for round 2 at One Well Brewing Company. Got a little food in our belly. John got a little bit of a pizza, chips and salsa. I don't know what I had, a brisket sandwich. Awesome, excellent, hit the spot.
All you need.
Yeah, so. All you need in life. Brisket sandwich and some pizza here.
Bread and liquid bread.
Yeah, there you go. 2 types of bread.
All right.
So what do you got? What did you pick up for round 2?
This is the bourbon barrel aged sweet water donut porter.
Sweetwater Street?
Yes. It's a donut porter. It smells fantastic. The bourbon notes are really muted but present at the same time, so it's not punching you in the face, but it's very much so there and present and noticeable. That's kind of everything you want in a barrel-aged porter. It's sweet, it is roasty, malty, I guess donut-y, for lack of better wording.
There's a sweet, if I remember correctly, there's a sweet kind of powdered sugary kind of flavor on it that kind of adds that.
It's almost like powdered
donut-y
sugar mixed with just a hint of cinnamon on the back end of it. I've had the not barrel aged, like the regular version of this, a bunch of times because that's available on the other side of the state not all over the place, but easily enough.
Right.
It's always a good beer, and it's almost like a light stout if such a thing exists. This is not light in the sense that it's a much higher ABV, but super enjoyable. I'm only a sip into it, but it doesn't feel like, sometimes when you drink a stout, you feel like, man, I'm going to regret this later.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that at all. So it's a very enjoyable, very good sweet stout.
You almost have to get into the stout game a little bit earlier in the trip. All right, so I had John go up and grab something for me. He said, "You want a surprise?" I said, "Sure, I'll take a surprise." So this is half Whoppy, which is a wheat IPA. It's 6%, and half of the Only Goes at a Show, right? Which is
half Only Goes and half the Jalapala or something?
Yeah, Whoppy.
This one.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, scratch that. It's half Jalapa, which is a jalapeno blonde, and half of a Only Goes at a Show, which is a lime, which actually goes together even better than I thought the IPA.
You got Mexican food in a glass.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about the aroma here. Oh, yeah, now that I got up, went to the bathroom, came back. I can smell the jalapeno in this, but I can also
should
smell
have
the
told
lime.
you that the jalapeno was in there just to really throw you off.
Yeah, you should have told me. Let us know it was Whoppy, and I was like, oh, all right, cool.
Close enough.
Yeah, so let's try it out. Actually, so the mouthfeel is really, it's pretty light, but it's got a little bit of a body to it. The flavor, getting the jalapeno first, it has that little bit of a burn, but it's not overpowering in it. And they even say up here, it says non-spicy jalapeno blonde, but you can pick up the lime too. So it's got that kind of tequila kind of deal going on, right? Where it's got the lime, the citrus. It has that little bit of agave kind of taste to it, but it's all kind of prefaced with this, just a little bit of a spicy jalapeno. I got chips and salsa. This would have been perfect for chips and salsa. This is a really great combo.
15 minutes too late, apparently.
Yeah.
So
should have got another drink before our next our food foray. But yeah, so that's round 2 at One Well. I think we'll probably do one more, and then we'll cut out of here and do a little bit of conclusion about the place. But yeah, I mean, really cool family environment. If you have kids, I know a lot of places there's always that debate going back and forth about kids and breweries.
A lot of places that are kid friendly. This place is almost.
This is, no quotes, kid friendly.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to go as far as to say it's like a Chuck E. Cheese with good beer, because it's not. It's way better than that.
Yeah.
But if there's
And the
ever
pizza's probably better too.
Chuck E. Cheese is good pizza. They're both good. But
all right.
My point is, there's a lot of places. This is the kind of place where if you have kids and you want to just have a afternoon where you have a couple pops and hang out, you'd be hard pressed to find a more family appropriate brewery than what One Well does, but in the best way, because you can come in here with 15 kids, and I don't think anyone's going to bat an eye at you, but you can still come in here like me as a middle-aged weirdo with no kids and be perfectly content too. So, yeah.
And I'd say there's probably been about 40% kids here. 40% kids, 60% adults, be able to enjoy the beverages here. But we'll be back with round 3, and we'll talk to you then.
Cheers. Plank.
Ooh. All right, friends, round 3 here at Well Brewing Company in Kalamazoo, Michigan. We are, again, at round 3. So what did you pick up this time?
This is Only Goes to Show. It's a lime goes. So it's a sour-ish type beer.
Sour, salty kind of deal?
I wanted something lighter, fresher, kind of break up the other stuff, and it smells awesome. A lot of lime, as you expect. It is crisp and smells tasty. The lime really, really kind of gives you a little kick, but in a good way. It's got that. I like this a lot. This has almost like a salty, bready like back end with it that just kind of hangs with you. I assume this is what people get from a margarita, even though I don't drink margaritas. But yeah, this is nice, enjoyable, super good, crisp, light beer.
Yeah, it's got that. That was what half of what I had before was. It has that like saltiness, but has that liminess, but that little bit of a kind of a citrusy kick. So yeah, margarita is totally apropos for that kind of beer. So this is a Bad Ads. It's a brown ale. It's a 5.5% brown ale. If you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm big into browns. I love to go into a place and try their brown. It's generally a good indication. I feel like it's a good indication of what they can do outside of that brown realm. The aroma on this one, lots of dark, roasty breadiness, but also like a malty sweetness as well. On the swallow, you get a lot of that. It's got a nice mouthfeel. It's a little bit heavier than just kind of like probably this Only Goza, but it's a little bit heavier than crisp, but it's got that nice malty sweetness, that breadiness. It's got that little bit of smokiness, so it's kind of like a good all-around style beer. Not a lot of places do browns much anymore.
Browns are nice because they got that good medium body where it's not. You still feel like you had like a solid beer, but you don't feel like you got hit by a truck.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're drinking the whole loaf of bread on a pint of brown. So, yeah, that's been One Well Brewing Company here in Kalamazoo. Like I said, these are two of the places that John and I have come to. It's a place that I come to every time I'm in Kalamazoo. They always have a lot of stuff on tap. They generally have, I think this time they had, I would say, probably like 12 different beers on tap. This is on the light side. Generally, it's like around 20, I would say.
I have family out here and family with kids, and we come out here a lot just because it's a place where we can come hang out as a family and kind of let the kids go be kids and not worry too much about it. So, yeah, it's a cool place. So, and yeah, this is definitely, it's not negative because there's nothing bad here, but as far as just sheer options, it's about as light as I've seen on the tap list side, but again, you're not going to miss either way, so it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, you could come here stopping in for a lunch, stopping in for a dinner with family, with kids, and come in and find probably at least 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 different beers that'll really kind of wet your whistle and be right up your alley. So, yeah, this is another stop in our road trip. We'll be bringing these, looking forward, we'll probably be bringing these a little bit more on the southeast side of the state. Southeast side of the state.
We can go everywhere. We don't care. So we have vehicles. We can get from A to B if it's
have beer will travel. So It's been Sean from Draft Therapy with John from Dewey Pod Monster Podcast. And until next time, don't forget to treat yourself to a little Draft Therapy. Cheers.
We like beer. We've been drinking already. We have not done good with the whole speech thing. I'm always impressed that you managed to say
Stuff it down.
skinny like a.
I don't know about skinny. All right,
You're
we
not
on?
fat. Ooh.
Not at the moment.